Hey, what's up, everybody? What can I say? Opendoor Technology is doing its thing. It is doing its thing. Today, another great day. We almost hit $4. This is an early stream, so the stock market is still going on while I'm making this video. So, can it hit $4 today? We got to find out. And I got some news for you on possibility why Opendoor is actually going up. And here we go. Like I said, you see the level 2, everything's moving. You see the chart is still moving because it's only 3:30 here Eastern time, so the stock market is still open. I usually make videos after the stock market close, but I went ahead and make one now because we're up 20%. It's kind of exciting to watch this. So Opendoor Technology is breaking new barriers, breaking down all the walls. It is doing really well. All the doubters are probably going to jump on board soon because, yeah, this thing hasn't pulled back. It's the reason why. I'll explain to you in a little bit. First, let's look at the weekly chart, and these are the two lines I always reference to every time I make a video, and we're well above it now. We're well above it. Our low for today is $3.29, and that resistance was $3.01 area, and our low is well above $3.29. Our next resistance is going to be, our next resistance is right where you see it at. This next line, $4. That's our next resistance. But where is our resistance after we break $4? Because we almost broke $4 already, so can we break $4 in the next few days or next week? Or can we even break it today? We're at 378, strong 378. It seemed like Opendoor wants to break it today, but we're going to see if we can do it before 4 o'clock hit. We got 29 minutes to see, can we break $4? But our next resistance will be, after we break $4, is going to be at the 445 area, 445, 450 pretty much. It seemed like a lot of times when I check these charts, it's looking at 25 and 50 cent intervals. It's not always like that for every stock and every stock chart, but it seems like every time I check the chart for Opendoor, the next resistance is about 25 to 50 cent interval. But right now, our next resistance is going to be at 440, around 440, 435, 440 is our next resistance after we break $4. Where will our support be if we go down a little bit? Our next support looks like at 350. 350 is our first support. If we can't hold 350, our next support is going to be at 325. Remember the last video I said our resistance is going to be at 325. Now, because of today was so strong, our support is now at 325. So higher lows and higher highs. That's what we're doing for Opendoor. And how did Opendoor look today? When the market first opened, a lot of excitement and went straight up like always. Then it came right down to profit taking. Of course, people want to profit take. What? $3.29 all the way to almost $4. That's a lot. That's a big move. So people profit take. But this is how you know how strong Opendoor Technology is. It came from $3.29 all the way up to almost $4. And then a profit take, which is normal. But this right here, that's why I always tell you, consolidation is not a bad thing. Trading sideways is not a bad thing on a good stock, on a good company. And this Opendoor is looking great. So we consolidated right around here and we just got stronger. We got stronger right here and we came back up again. Will we see another dump like this today? Most likely not. Most likely not. Unless they profit take again, but I don't think they will. I'll be very surprised if they want to profit take again after they already did right here. There's no reason to really, unless the stock is going to go much lower. And I don't think that's really going to happen. In my opinion, if we do drop, it may go down to maybe 355 or 365 if we drop down before close. But what I would like to see is them try to reach that high again at that $4 mark. And it can happen. When there's a lot of excitement for a stock and a lot of people are trying to get in, it's not going to go down so easily. Because every time someone sells, more are buying the stock. So I would not be surprised if we touch that 395. What is that high? 392 look like? No, 395. Yeah, 395 was our high. And I wouldn't be surprised if it tries for that $4 again. Intraday, $4 resistance. If it does come down, it got to come down to maybe around the 350, 360 area if it comes down. That's the support. 350, 360, resistance $4. But as you can see, look at the level 2. Call those buys at 382. People are still buying 382, 383. Looks good. It looks really good. As you can see on here, the MACD was pretty high yesterday. But in the after hours, it's able to come down some. So since it came down some, it had room to go back up again. And that's exactly what it did today. And that's what you call when the technical indicators start to reset. It can do that when there's so much volume. So it can reset the technical indicators and make it go back up again because it has so much volume. But yeah, right now we're stuck at the 380. It seems like a lot of selling at the 380, 381. But what I want to get to is, why are we going up today? Why are we still so strong even after a lot of good moves? Look all these green days. We had 3 green days in a row, then a red day, consolidation day, and then a big green candlestick, then another red day, and then another green candlestick to break the resistance of the last day. Remember what I said in my last video? When you have a gap right here and it's red, sometimes it means it can start coming down now, similar to this right here. But I said that's not always the truth, because right here we had a green day, and then we get a red, and then we have another green day. As you can see, this right here, this pattern right here is almost identical to this right here. We have a green, red, green, green, red, green. They almost look exactly the same. Almost exactly the same. These 3 candlesticks and these 3 candlesticks. So will tomorrow look like this? That'd be good. But we have to see what happens. We have to see what happens if we're going to get a pump like this tomorrow. I don't know for sure if that's going to happen or not. But I just wanted to mention that even though we have a bearish candlestick at the top, doesn't mean it's over yet. That's why I said on Monday we need confirmation to see if it's really over or not. And here's our confirmation. Nice green candlestick. Very similar to this one and this one. Looks exactly the same. Now we get some sales at the 376. Coming down a little bit. We're kind of stalling in this area right here. I just noticed. It's a 385 and the 373. We're kind of stalling. So based on this action right now, we want to hold at 373. If we break below that 373, we could come down some. All right, so look, I want to explain why are we still so strong? Why are we still going up? No profit taking. Well, one of the reasons is because there's a lot of excitement in Opendoor and there's a lot of volume. If you look at the news, a lot of talk about Opendoor. The word is spreading about Opendoor. And when people start to hear this could be another short squeeze, similar to maybe GameStop or AMC, they get interested. And now a lot of people are buying, especially the people who missed out on GameStop and AMC before. They're like, I'm not going to miss out on this one. So a lot of people are buying. A lot of buying pressure. So this stock is getting a lot of attention. We do have good news with the fundamentals, but that's going to come a little bit later. It's not going to be immediate good news for Opendoor. That's going to come a little bit later when interest rates starts to drop and the interest rates for housing starts to drop, and then we start seeing evidence of people buying houses again. That's the fundamentals that Opendoor that's going to bring us the Carvana type price target. But right now, we're going up strictly on hype and what could happen in the future for Opendoor. And secondly, I did some research like always. And remember, if you've been watching my videos, I think it was maybe 2 or 3 videos ago, I talked about how come all the real estate stocks are going up? How come all the builder stocks are going up? And I found that answer. We got that answer yesterday. Over the weekend, we got the answer why these stocks are going up. The building stocks, the housing stocks. I'm going to show you right now. So I got this notification on my news. It says, yes, Warren Buffett firm Berkshire Hathaway has made a significant investment in home builder Lennar. According to documents filed with this SEC, Berkshire Hathaway invested $800 million in Lennar during the first half of 2025, acquiring over 7 million shares. The investment included purchasing of 5.3 million shares for $575 million in the second quarter and 1.8 million shares of $222 million in the first quarter. This investment, along with a smaller stake in fellow home builder D.R. Horton. Remember we talked about this. We talked about D.R. Horton, the number 1 home builder right now. And I said, somebody's buying these stocks. I don't know who it is, but someone's buying these stocks. And they know something. They know that the housing market is going to get better. That's why they're buying these stocks, buying and accumulating shares right now before it goes up. Because they know the interest rate is going to come down, and that's why they're buying it. That's one of the reasons why Opendoor is going up right now. Because if Warren Buffett is investing in real estate stocks, Warren Buffett is a pretty smart man, and he knows what's coming up. So Opendoor will also slowly start to move up and follow these home builder and real estate companies as well. It says, despite a recent decrease in Lennar's revenue from home sales, the company has seen an increase in home deliveries and new orders, indicating continued construction activity. Buffett's investment is seen as a sign of confidence in a long-term outlook for the housing sector. There you go, everybody. There you go. How much more evidence do you need that the housing market is coming back? It's coming back. It will come back. And Opendoor will be right along with it. That's my opinion. That's what I think is going to happen. And I think a lot of excitement is with these fundamentals that's carrying Opendoor higher and higher. You have to remember, Opendoor is also a disruptor stock. It's a disruptor company. No one is doing what Opendoor is doing right now. This is very unique what Opendoor is doing. And if it succeeds, yeah, probably hit $100. Probably hit $100. As you can see, let's look at the level 2. It was coming down. It went to 375, almost hit that 373 support I was talking about. And we're back up to 381, 382, 383. Things are looking good. So yeah, the next resistance will be at $4. Can we break that $4 before market close or after hours? That's the question. But if we do come down, as I said before, the support is around 350, 360. So yeah, this is more than a meme stock. This is an actual company that's on its way up. Unlike GameStop and AMC, they were going down. GameStop had a failing business. AMC is a movie theater company. It's only so much money you can make with a movie theater company. But Opendoor is different. Opendoor is very different from a GameStop, AMC. And a lot of retail and a lot of big investors know this. This isn't your average meme stock. This is more than that. Like I said, all my opinion. But yeah, thanks everyone. Thanks for watching, and subscribe, like, comment any questions, and we will see you tomorrow. Take care.